Haliwax here, back in the shed.
Not bad. Haliwax here, back in the shed. Mike Genovese from the RPF and the Facebook groups. He planned a vacation a few months ago, and while he was up here, he asked if he could come by and check out the shed. So we got to talking about the trip, and I'd give him a tour around town and stuff. And I said, well, too bad we couldn't work on a project together. And he said, ironically enough, I got something in the works. So he mailed me up a box full of parts, including this beautiful Folmer. So in the box, he included all the parts, multiple variations of each part too, extra rivets, the T-track, and a calculator. So over the past week, and I have been wicked busy, I tackled doing all the T-tracks. So I have all the T-tracks cut, sanded, shaped, orientation, which one belongs where. I also cut some rivets on the lathe over here. I personally can't drill holes in a vintage Folmer. Other people do, that's totally fine, but I will not do anything to a vintage flash that's not reversible. And another way that I look at it is reference changes so quickly, especially right now. We're getting reference much more quickly than we ever did, and things are changing monthly. So I don't want to do something that I can't reverse. So we're making the fake rivets so we can E6000 the rivets on. And then in the future, if reference becomes public and things change, we don't have to worry about holes being where they don't need to be. I was going to extract the bubble strip and cut that, but that's the most anxiety-provoking thing to do, and I'm going to leave that up to him to do tomorrow. I'm going to have him take the bubble strip out and him put it on the mill and do that. Otherwise, this thing is ready to go. All the tracks are cut and ready, prepped and ready to go, and I have everything marked out with orientation on the bottom on where all the stuff's going to go, all the track, and where we're going to glue the D-ring on. So his vintage journey begins tomorrow about 8 o'clock. I'll catch all you guys then. Alright. So we got Mike Genovese here in the shed, and he brought a bunch of stuff up with him. Why don't you explain to the viewers at home what you brought, what pieces you chose to use, and what we're going to do today.
Cool. Thanks, Danny.
So it's all you.
So what we have here is a vintage Folmer graflex. I was lucky enough to have a friend of mine procure it for me a couple months ago, and wanted Danny to do some commission work on it. It's in really good shape. It's got no major dents or dings that I can see on it. All the buttons seem to be working. I've been trying to keep it pretty pristine to work on it.
It's in really good shape.
But yeah, I don't have a graflex in the collection, so I just, like I said, got really lucky with getting my hands on this and wanted some help putting it together. The parts that we put together for it, I worked with got some Wanawanga stuff. Make sure I don't drop anything in the shed.
Once you drop it, it's gone forever.
I know. I got some Wanawanga rivets, I guess his standard D-ring set that we went through. Multiple size rivets we're going to use. Ended up procuring a extracted calculator from eBay. Still has the bubbles inside of it. Nothing's been taken apart with it yet, so we're going to try to save as much as we can and take these bubbles out and just put it all together.
You're going to do that.
Okay, I'm going to do that.
You're going to take the bubbles out.
Okay.
So if it breaks, it's on you.
That's fine. If we break it, we can fix it here, though, you know?
Super glue.
Yeah. We also got some tracks behind us. that were from Todd. They were Todd's tracks.
Yep.
I was advised to get some of those, and yeah, so that's pretty much all the parts we got here today that we're going to try to play with and see what works.
I think the first thing to do is get the bowl strip out. The scariest part.
Why am I doing the scariest part?
I don't want the responsibility.
Yeah,
So
we'll figure it out.
we'll set the cameras up and start extracting that bubble strip.
Sounds
Ready? Are you nervous or excited?
A little bit of both.
I'm a little nervous. All right, here we go. So this is where like we're gonna throw music in.
Yeah.
So we just. So now take that over and unscrew it. This here is all. So. Black gloves?
How about I say, I need some black gloves.
You need some black gloves?
I have my own set of black gloves at home, but I should have brought some.
Or pot next to pot.
Oh, good. You ready for that?
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be there the whole day though.
What?
It's the first day.
Oh.
I might have to go grab a backpack.
Why? Oh, you need a backpack?
I might, yeah. Did I get a hall wax one?
Yeah. You could fit in my Hall Wax backpack.
No, you put a logo on the backpack.
Oh, I can put a logo on there. You want a logo? I'll put a logo on there. We'll make it exclusive.
Nope.
You might be able to fold it.
I got it. Let's do that.
There's one with the middle underneath.
There can only be one number one.
Right.
Yeah, be very careful because this plastic's like 40 years old. Close to 40 years old.
You see that angle?
We got one more at the top too. I gotta pee.
I don't need to be gentle with this, do I?
No. Most likely what they did was just rip it off.
We don't want to.
No. There's one more. Let's try this. There we go. Attack it from that side.
Look at this side.
You could, yeah.
Let's go the other way.
Right there. There we go. She's out.
Good.
All together. Yay!
And so, what's in terms of getting sanding stuff and messing it up? As long as it's in this stuff that's not in the table.
Yeah, no, we're just doing it so we don't scratch it. Even if you did scratch it, you're not going to see it, but still, just like, I don't know. It's what's right. Yeah, we're going to leave.
That's cool.
Which side are we going to cut?
They're both the same, like, right? Like on the photo, one side's longer than the other, but
Yeah.
right now it's both the same. So I really don't think it matters which side we pick.
3.7 will go here, okay? So we're going to mask this off at 3.7. She interrupted me. That's why I wasn't thinking straight.
I didn't up on the turn.
Oh, you gotta get it.
I couldn't even know do anywhere. I got the fine.
Yeah, the fries are
Pretty
good.
good.
The fries are really good.
So we got to go. Can you bring it forward, yeah?
Nothing else?
Fine.
We're going to keep going. We're going to go right to that yellow. Ready?
Yep.
We're going to stop here.
It was like a factory mill, I think, at one point, right?
We were supposed to go to New Bedford, but I've heard so many different things.
This here, I think we're going to cut here. What did you do? Why did you do that?
I didn't do that. I didn't do that.
You know what this is? The fuses for the FX blades.
Yep.
that I don't use.
Because you don't have X stuff.
Nope. And now I think cut it right across here like this.
Right to the line.
Yep. So now we have the horseshoe. Okay.
So this is the most complicated part of this whole build, right?
It's the scariest part.
Yeah.
Before we go one more step, because the next step is pointing our return. Let's just make sure we're happy with this, where this is going. Okay, so now we're going right to that line, and we're done.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, done with this part.
Are you learning today? What are you learning today?
Everything.
You should be quiet.
Wow, that's really good. Try and do that again on the other side.
I
I want to go have you do mine.
I gotta go see.
I'm gonna have you go do mine.
Okay. All right. Okay. So let me make sure I do the right. Okay. This is the new. There you go. Say I can fly up to from Pensacola every couple months.
Yeah.
Just put me to
I
work
have a
sanding.
pile of them over there for you to do.
You just put me to work sanding for a couple of
Yeah.
hours.
What do you think?
You got the eye.
I think you're good. I think you're golden, pony boy.
Sweet.
All right. Hardest part's over. We're all done. Everything else is easy.
I could have just bought this for like $30. Or to do that.
But it feels
The
better
the
doing it
replica.
yourself, though.
I think the replica
It's
is
perfect.
versus the vintage versus the replica.
Right.
I know that not to discredit anybody's, prop collection. Some people just
Stomach.
it's just cool to see the history of it, to feel the.
There we go.
I think it's cool.
Beautiful.
That's awesome.
Beautiful. Did it.
See you, bro.
Good job. Looks good.
Throw it to the GoPro. Okay. You want to break for lunch? You want to throw the grips on?
Let's break for lunch, man.
Okay.
You good for that?
Yeah. We'll set it up. Okay. Okay, so to sum things up, Mike just milled and sanded the bubble strip, the vintage bubble strip, which came out perfectly. Oh, look how perfect that is.
I mean, it's great.
Came out perfect.
Fits
Look
right
at
in the center.
Look at the side profile you got going on there. I'm actually going to hire him to come up here and sand bubble strips for me. Because it's one of my nerve-wracking parts of doing any vintage bubble strip is sanding them. So now we're going to assemble it and we're going to start putting the tracks on. All right?
On screen.
We're going to go on screen. If you look, see the D-ring compared to... Because this hugs... It's not like dead center. It kind of like hugs the top of the things. Mike just sanded and got the bubble strip in there perfectly. We got Wanawanga's jig on there, and I've actually moved some around to my liking. I broke some off and super glued them to where I wanted. So I modified the jig a little bit, just a little bit, just a little. And now we're gonna start putting the track on. So instead of super gluing them, we're gonna go with some M3 tape that a few of my other friends use. So each one of these tracks are already cut and trimmed and located in the right spot. So this is track number 3.
And you got these like pressure tight, sucked in, like perfect underneath the clamp.
Yeah, that's gonna be really tolerant. I mean, really fit.
Oh yeah. She's snug.
Oh yeah. You wait until you see the video. I've cut them with the table saw and really made sure they're exactly the right length.
All
All right, so 3's on, right?
3 is on, I believe. How much pressure? I gotta hold down for a couple seconds.
I just put it on there like that. Okay.
Oh, hey. You got a different number on the bottom.
92.5, which would be I usually just make sure I get to the edge here because the edge is what really touches.
Yeah.
That's why you have to put 2 strips on, one on each edge.
Oh, okay. I didn't
Because the center's not really going to touch.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so I gotta put 2. Peel it off.
Peel it off, and then I put the other one on.
Man, it sounds like you know what you're doing.
I pretend. I put on a good show. I pretend.
This is 92.5. Up arrow. Right here. Make sure it's right up here. These 3D printed jigs are nice, man.
Oh,
I love these things.
yep, they're awesome. You did a good job.
So what's weird with this right here is the spacing you have with this.
Yeah.
It's just cool how, you know,
Oh, each one's different.
yeah, yeah.
Each one's different.
And even they're kind of angled. Some of them are, or maybe it's not me doing it right. Like that one right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
There's video footage. I have to edit it still. I have to get permission. But Roger explains to me, "Good evening. Are you new to this channel? Do you mind hitting that subscribe button for me? It really goes a long way in supporting my channel." I also have a Patreon and have this video hosted over there with over 30 minutes of additional footage. I go into detail on how to assemble this graflex and share some tips and tricks. I also reveal some information about myself along with sharing some stories I've learned from Roger Christian. If you want the closest experience to hanging out in this shed, just like Mike did, please consider joining my Patreon. I want to thank you all for your consideration. Now let's roll the video.
That's crazy, man. I flew all the way up here just to.
Only 3,500 miles. Come on.
You know.
What's 3,500 miles today? Hang out in the shed, went for dinner, went for a tour.
Weather's great.
Weather's great.
I'm in Florida, so it's like, you know, it was 92 degrees yesterday when I left.
I think it was 68 today.
Yeah, this is awesome.
It's wicked awesome.
Wicked awesome.
Wicked awesome. No, I cut these on the mill. I cut these on the lathe, like I showed you before. Did I ever show you?
You showed me. Yeah. Well, yes, you did.
And then-
Because I sent in these right there that were pre-cut. Those.
Okay, yeah, and then there's always a nub, so just sand it with sandpaper.
86,000 got the smell to it.
Oh, I love the smell.
Do you like that smell?
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, I don't like that smell.
Yeah, I like the 66,000 smell. Reminds me of like turpentine. The rivets. And here, we're gonna have to move them. These are bigger. Okay. Slide this.
Ready to take it up?
Yeah, we'll slide right off.
Do we need this, by the way?
No.
Go ahead and move out the way.
So we got one there. And one there.
Yeah, the lighting to this.
So, here's something that we need to talk about. So I don't know if you want to go like that or if you want to.
Oh, he's building this one for himself?
Yeah. And, you want to go like this.
You guys put that whole together today?
Yeah.
He did some of the prep work before I got here.
Sure.
So that's. So you gotta come up. Yeah, that's it.
And the back door still open?
No.
Yeah, I'm cool with it having a little bit of a lip, and we're gonna glue it. We're gonna glue it
We're gonna
in.
glue it. So it's gonna go like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was cool.
Alright, so now we have to wait. We're gonna put the
The wonkiness, man. I like the wonkiness.
wonky style.
Wonky style.
We're gonna put this on here, but we have to wait for it to cure before we start removing it, because you're just going to create a mess.
Yeah.
So I wait for the E6000 to cure.
So what's interesting is look. So it's all of these are touching the clamp, like on the top side.
Some don't.
That's interesting.
Some don't. Yep.
That is neat.
Some are higher than others. You can see that sticks out like a sore thumb, especially on the scene where Luke is looking down it. It's a photo with Luke looking down it like it's gonna ignite through his head.
That's funny. What made you start working with E6000 over other glues?
I hated super glue. In epoxy, the grips would fall off if the grips would fall off if you dropped it hard enough. So So this looks like a mess right now with the glue.
Yeah, but it'll dry. And you can
But it
peel
will
off.
dry, and then tomorrow we can peel it off. Or start just rubbing it with our finger, and it will come off. Alright, so now we got to determine the wonk of this.
Just like this. These are good. You buy the building like this. Wire it up
We
for
gotta
electricity.
orientate this now.
Alright, so how do we do that? Did you already put glue on?
Oh yeah, it's on there. This is on there. We gotta go. And use this for reference. See how it's not? Like, watch this.
Oh yeah, that's pretty spot on, man.
Now watch this. Ready?
That's good. That's cool.
It's like I've done this once or twice.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, you know, people think you're full of you know what.
Yeah.
We're
Now we just gotta make sure it dries.
spot on.
So I would fold it like this.
Yeah.
For it to dry. Give it 10 minutes, and we're done. I am so impressed with what you did to this cart. I am so impressed.
Did we get it all on camera? All the
Not all
The
the extra.
sanding?
Not all. Yeah, we got 3 hours of sanding on camera.
Yeah, right.
Did we need to say the story about my sanding experience. I don't think we did that.
No,
on
we
here.
didn't. No, we didn't because I don't have enough batteries for that. Yeah, we ended up trial and errors sanding, and Mike did all the sanding. I just sat here and watched. Sanding and sanding and sanding and sanding and sanding and trying and trying and trying, and we finally got it to work. Finally got it to work. Now I just want to make sure this stays exactly like that.
So how long do we gotta? Need
I would
to
say
hold this
10
rotation?
minutes, and we're good to go. Roll with it.
Are you ready?
I'm going unscripted.
Unscripted.
Unscripted. Go for it.
That's how we do it. Well, it's now nighttime, so
Yeah.
we've been at this for a couple hours, and we worked on this. Took a little bit of a break and
Took a
came
break.
back to it.
Took a recess
Which was good. You gotta give yourself a little bit of a rest every now and then.
after all that sanding.
Yeah, my hand was getting pretty tired.
A lot of sanding.
So just to kind of give a rundown of what we did today, I was looking to gather all these pieces together to create the replica graflex from A New Hope. One of my goals in my collection is to get as many of the New Hope, the big three, as possible, if I could find as many real parts for it. And just to give a shout out to my friend who was able to help secure this part. We worked on putting on the hardest part, I guess, of this whole experience was getting this vintage bubble strip out and then sanded down, milled right correctly, and then to fit this thing. We were running into some issues where we would put it in and the wheel would be wobbly, and we'd take it out and do it again.
And close.
It wouldn't close all the way. We finally got it after hours of getting this right. Put the grips on. We were able to glue on the rivets and the D-ring here at the bottom. They're currently drying right now, so I'm going to keep it pretty level as best I can. Yeah, I mean, I think that this thing turned out great. This is a fun project. I'm glad that I was able to, ship this up here in advance and come here and work on it today.
Yeah, we didn't explain that you mailed this up a week or two before.
Yep.
Because we were too afraid of putting this on an airplane.
Exactly. I was
So-
overthinking, and so I said, you know what, screw it. The post office has been pretty good with getting things over
Yep.
here, so it worked out pretty well. I'm definitely not taking this back on the airplane now that it's finished. It's gonna stay here until I can be shipped out and when I get back home. So yeah, I'm excited for having this piece put together. It was a fun project to do for the day.
Oh yeah, very fun, very fun.
I got to use the press for the first time.
The
I don't
end
have
mill.
one of those at home. Yeah, the end mill. Yeah, I don't have one of those at home, so I may look to invest in that. So, anything else you think we should add or talk about to this thing?
No, you basically covered everything that we did today. But I personally want to thank you for all your years of support. You've been a good friend to me. You're a patron of mine, which you'll see more bonus footage on my Patreon page of our day today. We went out, did some sightseeing, went to lunch. Probably see some of me swearing.
And me.
And putting this together.
All of us swearing.
But no, I seriously appreciate your friendship, and I'm so glad you were able to come up here. And he's up here on vacation. He took a day out of his vacation to come hang out in the shed. So I wicked appreciate that. And like I said, appreciate all the support and your friendship.
Yeah,
So thanks for coming out here.
Thanks for having me. I was telling him the first video I saw of him was him unboxing one of Roman's the Steel V2, and that was back in like 2019, and that's when I kind of many years ago. And then I didn't think that I'd come up here one day and be a part on the video and get to build something here. So it's pretty cool.
Well, again, thank you for everything. With all that said, I want to thank you all for watching. Keep an eye out for the next video, and most importantly, be kind to one another. This is Haloax.
Genovese.
Out. There we go, bro. Thanks for
Worked out,
everything.
man. Yeah.
Thanks for everything.